Welcome, have a great time. If you feel like clapping, clap along, sing along, have fun. And it gives me great pleasure to introduce to you, to open tonight's show, Cousin Minnie Pearl.
They thought it might be a good idea to put my picture on the poster. But when I met with the photographer, I said, I didn't think a picture would do me any justice. And he said, honey, you don't need justice. You need mercy. But you know, up there around Richmond, Tennessee, we play a lot of those kissing games. In fact, there's one going on up there right now called Pony Express. And it's a lot like the post office, except there's a little more horsing around. But you know, speaking of them kissing games, a lot of people ask me, they say, Minnie, you ever gonna get married? And I say, oh no, absolutely not. My mama taught me well. My mama said, marriage is an awful lot like getting into a bathtub. Once you've been in it for a while, it ain't so hot. I certainly do love my family. In fact, before I came down here, I got to spend a little quality time with my cousin Loomis. And we went on this little bike ride along the countryside there. We saw some of the most beautiful flowers you ever did see. We saw buttercups and tulips and lilies. Well, my cousin Loomis asked me, he said, Minnie, if buttercups are yeller, what color are hiccups? And I said, well, Cousin Loomis, hiccups don't have a color. And he said, sure they do. Hiccups are purple. Well, speaking of family, I want to talk to y'all a little bit about my dear Aunt Rosie and Uncle Nabob. They were supposed to come down here with me, but it just wasn't in the cards. Now, since they're not here, I think I'll just talk about them anyway. Now, my Uncle Nabob is the nicest guy you ever did meet. He's got a heart of gold and a set of teeth to match. Anyway, he does have an awful bad habit of dipping into the corn squeezins, you see. He says it steadies his nerves, although I've seen him so steady where he can barely even move. But anyway, my Aunt Rosie said she was going to teach him a lesson about that. So she went uptown to the grocery store and she got herself one of those masks that the young uns wear around Halloween. Although she didn't really need it. Anyway, she got this idea she was going to scare him. So late one night, Uncle Nabob came weaving in and out of the driveway. And Aunt Rosie heard him, so she got out in front of the house and behind the bushes there, just waiting for him. He got out of his car and Uncle Nabob started staggering up the walkway. And just then, Aunt Rosie jumped out and said, boo! I'm the devil. And Uncle Nabob stuck out his head and said, nice to meet you. I'm married to your sister. Oh, I certainly do love my family, doll. Where you go, darling? But you know, before I came down here, I had nothing to wear, so Uncle Nabob and Aunt Rosie and I, we all went down to the department store, and the sales lady showed us the newest dress design they had just gotten in. She took us over to the mannequin, and she said, look at this little bolero jacket. This little bolero jacket, you take it off and you'll have yourself a sunsuit. Wow, that's really something. She said, but looky here. You see this skirt? You take off this skirt and you'll have yourself a swimming suit. Well, just then, Uncle Nabob popped up and said, you take off much more, you're going to have yourself a lot